9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Just when you think we've gone away, we bring you back. Steve Benz, Eric Black. It is the Know Nothing Show. I was going to say we're brought to you by, but we didn't bring that. So we don't know who we're brought to you by. But we're here, and we are better than last week, and we'll be kind of close to next week. That's all I'm saying. Eric, welcome.
Hey, buddy. Two things.
Yeah.
It's a little weird over here because now last week I had a debacle with the mic, right? And so not actually the mic was fine. It's the stupid mic stand. So had a long conversation with that sponsor. Lots of interesting phrasing and wording. And so now I'm looking for a different sponsor, different mic stand situation.
Okay.
But the thing is, though, now I'm wearing this hat too, right? And I don't normally do this as far as when I wear a hat. I don't normally put my hair up.
Right. Gotcha.
Right? But I did today. So everybody's like, did you cut your hair? And I'm like, yeah, I did. Because that's the kind of guy I am. One day I wake up and I just do something random. And no, I didn't cut my hair. That's stupid.
I was going to say the hat is very attractive.
It's a little, yeah.
It is. I like that.
Yeah, it's different.
What was that? Rockwell? Is that what that says on the hat?
Rockwear.
I'm sorry, I said Rockwell.
Rockwear, baby. Rockwear. Lots of good stuff going on over there.
But no, it works. That's one of our sponsors that actually doesn't give us any money, so we appreciate that.
It's all based on, I think, sexual favors. So,
so if we're pushing hard, you're getting what? I'm sorry, that was awkward. Inappropriate.
Record. This is 2 minutes in. World record right here. 2 minutes in.
That's wrong.
That's good, man. We're off to a good start.
Just wrong. So, but hey, all right. So someone's already moaning about the data on the show, but so fine. We correct it because that's what we do. We're correctable.
Yeah.
Nothing else. So with the microphone, you've got the new penis mic, so that's good to see. We do appreciate that. So with that,
they call it the gaper.
Whoa! Do you need a minute?
I'm good. I was happily satisfied. So I like the mic. It's a great mic. Very good.
So do you like the mic? I like the sound. It's not bad.
Yes, Blue Yeti. They makes some really good mics. By far, really good mics. I miss my microphone because it's designed for this specific situation. This is more of a field mic, meaning that I generally take this to festivals or outings that I'm doing interviews at that aren't in the studio, that don't really require great sound. Not that this doesn't have great sound. It definitely does, but I can control everything in my studio, which is what I like to do. It's got the best sound. But I love this mic. It's a good mic.
It's just not as professional as I look.
The mic. It's not as professional as the mic looks. Yeah.
Can I just slide that in there?
You sweatshirt.
Well, I just ran in.
Yeah.
One of my other shows, and I just kind of ran in a couple minutes before we started. So.
Ooh, from show to show.
Because let's face it, I was going to be a maniac. I was working.
Ooh.
You sit there, it's the end of this January. All the people are at, Planet Fitness. They're paid their $10 to join in a month.
Right.
So they're already sweating and bitching like, oh my God, I hurt. It hurts. And then they ask for the 2 half pumps of caramel for their lattes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Versus 1 full pump. No, give me 2 half pumps because I'm on a diet.
Just half. Just give me half. What that's equals to 1 full. No, I just need the half, but I need 2 of them. So you need 1. No. I need half here and half over here.
That's right. And I'm going to
Okay.
start with my finger, not with a stick.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go, oh my God, it's hot.
Now, here's a little tip for if you're sitting in Starbucks or any coffee shop for that matter.
Mhm.
If you stir your drink, your beverage with your tongue,
Yeah.
I mean, I have no issue with that. But apparently they do not like that. It's frowned upon apparently in most establishments that I tried it at.
Well, I think when you did spread eagle on the chair while licking
Right.
the inside of said
Mhm.
mug,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't a know nothing mug, which is the very problem that you have.
Well, I live and die by the hashtag YOLO.
Well, I haven't heard YOLO and I don't know how long.
That's
You just threw it back on me.
it was lame then and it's lame now, but that's where I live. So that's okay.
Talk about lame, like the Grammys. Does
Oh,
anybody actually watch the Grammys anymore?
I think the wives and husbands and family of the people that are actually in the Grammys that aren't actually getting anything. I think those are the only people that actually watch the Grammys.
Now, both you and I are in the industry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I've been to some Grammys, and I'm sure so have you.
Absolutely. I have proof.
Where, well, mine, no, you don't want any proof. I'm sure there's pictures somewhere.
I'm sure yeah.
But the Grammys have gotten worse over the years, and here's why.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
It was originally, I think there were 24 Grammys given away when they first started giving away. Was it 60 years? Is it 60 years or 40 or something like that?
Sure. 50, almost 60.
It's maybe it's the 60 country music or whatever it is that no one cares about that either.
Right.
But it started at 24, and now there's 100 Grammys given out. Shut up. 100 Grammys?
And
Now,
yet
every category, there's 4 Grammys given out for every category, male or female. So with that, so you can have like rock performance, rock singer, rock solo artist, rock something or other, just like 4 in each one. Like, what is happening? Are we giving out participation Grammys to everyone now?
Yeah, it's even got your name on it. It's crazy.
And why don't we have one?
Or 2. I mean, there's 2 of us. We could each have. I have a mantle.
You know, we could do it for spoken word. The Grammy for spoken word, the Know Nothing Show,
Yeah.
Stephen Eric.
That's right.
Think of us taking the stage
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then not having anything to say.
Best performing actor, Stephen Eric. Oh, that's 2 people. No. They are 1.
Can you put the award together? Okay, like 2 heads.
Yeah, it's just one body, 2 heads.
And oh, by the way, where are they? They're backstage doing what? You know, you got free Cheez-Its. I am back there.
Just saying.
With the Triscuits, with the, you know, when they have really good like brie cheese, I'm there.
I do love a brie cheese. I do.
But with that, the Grammys, I guess they said it was the worst ratings Grammy in 20 years. Those were the first reports.
Well,
the few that posted talked about how great Pink's performance was. I could just see that the next day now.
Yeah, I don't need to watch it. It'll all be there. And, you know, there's one I covered, I think it was like the 54th Grammys or something like that. I don't know. I covered them. And the only thing and I did a lot of interviews. I did a lot of these, you know, LA parties, the red carpet events, all that crap. But the one thing I really, really enjoyed about covering that year was that I got to do a tech tour of everything behind the scenes at the Grammys.
All right, that's cool.
And I was one of two media companies. The other one was like ABC or NBC or something like that was back there. I was doing the interviews back there with them. But it's kind of cool to see the behind the scenes. Now, I don't really care about the Grammys, but the way that it's all put together, the way that these big events are put together, That's pretty interesting to me. I couldn't care less about anything that's going on outside. Actually, it was more entertaining behind the scenes, seeing everybody work, everything flowing together with 300 wireless mics and hoping that none of them mix with each other. And we had a cordless mic or a wireless mic that we were running. We had to shut it off because it was interfering. We had to actually shut it off and plug it back in because it could go both ways. But I think that to me was the most fun out of any of those events that I've ever done, was actually just seeing the tech tour. And we had a great guide too. He knew literally everything there was to know about behind the scenes. But otherwise, I couldn't care less about what's going on stage.
Did it take you in the production truck, which is the sound trailers? That is like the coolest thing ever.
Yep.
I remember those days when I did that, but that was cool.
Yeah.
Those were cool. I'll give you that the backstage is far more interesting than what's going on stage.
Absolutely.
My personal opinion, the Grammys and the award shows is no place for, every now and then, okay, a little bit of politics, but move on.
Yeah.
Move on. Take your stupid, whiny, crybaby Grammy and move on.
Yeah.
So that's just my thoughts on that.
Yeah.
That's why the show is 8 hours long.
Right. Right.
It doesn't need to be that long. There 100 awards. It should be no more than 100 minutes.
You know what? That's true. You could give an award out a minute. This one goes to this person. I don't need to know what that. I don't care. I don't need to know what it's for. Just this person got this award for this. Done. See, that was actually 10 seconds. It could be 10-second awards.
That's right. The folk song of the year, Black. And then they just look at you like, oh my God, yay! Let's move on.
Moving on. Yep.
Let's move on. And let's go to the Charmin commercial. We'll be right with that.
Mm-hmm.
People wiping their ass. Yeah, and we just come back. And just like the sports, they run the ad while you watch the sporting event. Why can't we do that at some crappy show like the Grammys?
Right.
Just get through it, okay?
Yeah.
Just keep giving away the hardware. Everybody gets a Grammy when you show up.
That's right. If you walk through the doors, whether you're on stage or not, you know what? We're going to give you a Grammy because that's amazing. That's amazing that you actually showed up and supported this, whatever this thing is. Now, out of all of the award shows, I am partial to the Grammys. That does not mean that I like the Grammys. That does not mean that I like any of these stupid award shows. But out of all of the award shows, I like the Grammys the most. And that's like saying, out of all of these spoiled rotten eggs, this one seems the least spoiled rotten. I like this one. That's all I'm saying. So it's still a good, it's the best of the worst, I guess. I don't know how to say that. I don't watch any award shows. I think they're all stupid. I think they just have
Wasn't that our tagline? We're the best of the worst.
We're the best of the worst. Thanks for listening.
2 scoops of the best of the worst radio show you ever. But we've gone nationwide. So
That's right. And by the way, we are completely on your side.
Right. If you think you're better than we are and that you can do what we do, you probably can.
You're probably accurate in saying that.
But we've got larger mics.
That's right.
What I'm saying.
But we're on camera and you're sitting in your chair.
That's right. And I don't want to even mention that I'm stuck to the chair and why. Now, also for the Grammys, something about the white rose. Now, do you know what that statement was? I wasn't sure what that statement really meant. Some type of support. I guess I should probably look it up. The white rose for the Grammy. And then, of course, the biggest story of them all, as I'm looking this up. Great that our crack staff told us all about this. I think a white rose had to do with sexism, right? Is that what that is?
Probably. Yeah, probably. That sounds about right.
Because they were all wearing white roses, and I don't think anybody actually knew. Again, it gets back to, don't look at me as a sex object while my boobs are hanging out. Okay? Yeah. Don't do that. And could you lower the camera just a little bit?
Yeah. Ratings.
Look at my double D's. They are delicious. Anyway, so with that, Justin Bieber won a Latin Grammy.
Huh. And
that one left me speechless because he's Canadian.
And still, no one cares.
And then the big story was that his Latin Grammy was sent to the wrong person. Could you imagine that?
So what you're saying is there are 2 Justin Biebers?
I hope not.
because that's what that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm understanding is obviously his name is Justin Bieber. So if you send it to a Justin Matthews or a Justin Smith, you may need to figure some things out in your own personal life. You have some issues.
So all I'm suggesting is check your mailbox, Eric.
Mm.
You might have gotten a Grammy.
Ooh. Hold on, I'll be right back.
It'd be so funny.
What if I brought one back? What if I actually did? What if I actually did bring one back? And I was like, you are not going to believe this. But they actually sent me a Grammy. And it was supposed to go to Keanu Reeves, but it came to my house. And I'm going to take it. It's mine. I'll just Sharpie his name out, put mine in there, and everything will be good.
I'd take that bitch on tour, okay?
Yeah.
I'd connect it to the hood of my car, and I would drive around, and I would go to CBS, NBC, Fox, and just stop in front and say, look at my Grammy, touch my Grammy.
What kind of car is that? It's a Grammy. What? It's a Grammy. Look at the hood.
Stop at every time I see a remote shoot, just slowly drive by. What up? And on the side of my door, award taker, Steve Benz.
That's right. That's right.
Sorry, it was sent to me. And if it was sent to me via FedEx, I'm all over that.
Well, as per my issue with, well, actually it was with UPS. When I ordered the package, it came in the mail. It was in the city where I am currently located, and it wouldn't come to me until the 4 days were up. It was here. It was literally here. As we were talking, I could have went there. I could have seen it. I could have maybe had a conjugal visit, some sort of situation like that. But then I found out that UPS apparently is sleeping with the enemy because they passed it off to the United States Postal Service, and then they delivered it. They're like, we're too tired. We can't do this. Hey, UPS, you guys busy? No, we have this package, though. You want to deliver it for us? Yeah, we can do that. We're on our way. We can do that. I don't get it. I don't understand.
That's how it is now.
I don't get it.
They are sleeping with each other.
So they can work together, but our government can't?
No, they cannot.
Cool. Okay.
We'll talk about that in the next segment before we start talking about our government.
Cool.
But, the Grammys, you and I with the Grammys, makes me want to have some graham crackers with my Grammys. Right?
Grand Grammys.
That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. But someday you might win a Grammy. You could win a Grammy. Justin Bieber can win a Grammy. You too can win a Grammy.
I mean, if you're handing out participation awards, I'll take one, I guess. It's fine. I'm not going to participate, but I'll pretend that I am.
Who would you thank? Before I go to our first break, who would you thank if you won a Grammy? Me? Let me tell you who I'm going to thank. Me, myself, and I did all the effing work. Screw all of you. Manager, screw you. I gave you 20%. You bastard.
Right.
That's what I'd be just reading people.
Well, but I think what you need to do is you need to walk up there, say absolutely nothing, rip the mic off of the stand, and just drop it. Just
drop the Grammy and go, look at this piece. It's plastic.
Yeah. It is actually. I think it is. Or plated or something like that. It's not solid, that's for sure.
I'd be bitching about that like you cheap bastards. Come on. I'd be like, where's Eminem? I want to see him.
Take a photo from up there and then put it on eBay immediately before you even exit the stage.
Right.
Grammy for sale.
That's exactly what I'd be doing. I'd be taking donations right now.
Yeah. Touch my Grammy.
It is up. And then I'd walk on stage when Pink was singing. I'm just walk out. I'm a little lost.
Just stop her and hey, sorry, do you know where the bathroom is? I'm looking for the bathroom. I know you're kind of busy, but I just need to know where the bathroom is.
Could you tell me if Christina Aguilera is around?
Yeah.
Just looking for her.
Are you?
I really thought Moulin Rouge song. I really did.
Are you Christina? Are you Christina Aguilera? No? Oh, okay. Sorry. You know where the bathroom is?
Explain the name Pink.
Because there's nothing. Well, there's probably something pink about you, but you don't look pink.
Can't believe you went there already. You hashtagged it right there.
I did.
Can't believe it.
I do.
Now, one of our fans out there said the white rose meant the hashtag Me Too, whatever. I mean,
then just say Me Too.
You know, get a brooch right there, like this mammoth brooch, like the brothers were in the rapping years. You know, necklace around you, right there.
No, I want a clock. I want to be. My idol is Flava Flav. If I don't have a clock, then I don't. It's not. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Then when it strikes the top of the hour, me too.
That's right. And then on rare occasions, you'll see that little bird come out. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
I think so.
It's going to be great. So. I'm in.
When we take a first break, it is the Know Nothing Show. Yeah, we're back, and we will be better than ever in 2 minutes. It is Steve and Eric. Stay tuned for more.
Welcome back for more Know Nothing Show. Steve and Eric, two dudes, two delicious scoops of radio. We're in two different locations. I'm here in downtown Chicago. Eric is out in Nash Vegas. See, Nash Vegas. For all you people that are going, I need to go somewhere sightseeing. Nash Vegas is where to go. When you get there, ask for Eric to show you around.
Yeah, it's only 3. You know what? Actually, that's not a bad plug because I'm thinking about joining that Rent-A-Friend website. So that wouldn't be a bad thing. $40-$50 an hour. You can rent me as a friend.
You know what? I would do that too.
Yeah.
If you come to the city here, you can rent me. I'm a little higher because I'm a little more higher maintenance. So
well, that's true.
You know, we're not going anywhere cheap because you're going to spend a lot of money on me.
That's true.
Steve's your friend. I come up on an app.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what? We're going to have to look that up. You may have to post that rentafriend.com.
Yeah, that's actually not bad.
All right, so the next subject that we were kind of we were laughing about was Mr. Chachi himself, Scott Baio. Chachi Arcola, also known as Charles in Charge, and we do mean Charles was in charge from what we understand. So apparently, Nicole Eggert, who was on, you may remember her from Baywatch, a fantabulous actress on Baywatch.
Oh, she was an actress too?
Yeah. So she was. So I guess she started her career on the show Charles in Charge when she was 14.
Oh, man. I didn't even know you could do that.
So with that, if you remember the premise of Chuck in Charge, he was essentially a male nanny.
Which, first of all, we can stop right there for a second. Let's camp out for a moment. Right. Male nanny. Yeah. Male nanny. Okay. Not that you can't be a male nanny. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's weird. It's a little weird.
This was years before that was allowed. Okay. Yes, Mr. Belvedere, although maybe Belvedere came after that show because Charles in Charge was just huge. Okay, huge. So there was also another actress on there, Jodie Davis, who grew up to be stunningly beautiful. Nicole Eggert came out and had accused Scott of misconduct and sexual advances when she was a minor.
Ooh, a minor. Now, what mine did she work in? Is she a coal miner?
I think so. I think that's what that was. To the point where I guess they have gone round and round for several years over this. But now with the Me Too campaign, she has now shown up on a couple of different shows talking about what happened, where she had tweeted out something to Scott Baio about his garage.
Whoa.
You know, we're talking about a screwdriver and his wrench, you know what I'm saying? Because Scott clearly looks like he knows how to use his tools.
Wow. Speaking of the tool man.
So apparently he had her up on a rack for an oil change of some sort, maybe a rotation of tires. I'm not really sure. Sure.
Just check up.
So on the internet, they're going back and forth to the point where Scott is having attorneys call them, which is kind of what you do now, I guess. cease and desist orders. So she kind of went off. I think she was on ABC. Was it Good Morning America? No, that was Scott Baio. So with that, with the false accusations that he says, and there's no way to prove any of this. Okay, this was how many years ago?
Right. Yeah.
20.
And how many other things? How many other people have said some things that were 20, 30 years ago? It's like, well, how are you going to prove that now? Now you want your 15 minutes and.
Right. So that's what it's all coming down to is, are you looking for your 50 minutes? Are you B-movie actress or actor? You know, where are you at with all that? And that's the scary part of all of this, is it not? Because you could just throw it out on social media. And we've talked about this before, and there's no way to take it out.
Right. You can't delete it once it's there.
You know, you could try to delete it, but someone's already recorded it, and there's enough websites that you can kind of see it.
Yep.
So with this, he's gone on Good Morning America. She's going on NBC. They're shouting at one another from channel to channel, which is kind of interesting. He pulled out a script from Charles in Charge that proved that she was at least 18 because he has agreed that he had consensual sex with her. Okay.
Good.
I don't know how old he was. He's 57, 58. That sound about right. So depending on when, was it 1990, 88? I think so you got to do some subtraction.
Ugh.
So he's a dude in his 20s, and let's say he's 17, which would be legal age for California at the time.
Right.
He still is now. You'd think a 17-year-old could do what they want, you know, whatever.
Right.
So with all of this, you would have thought this would have been settled some time ago. But now it's back. And I think with that comes a reboot of Charles in Charge. I am just suggesting that. Okay.
The later years.
Right. The dark hours. Right.
Charles in Charge. The first 48.
Did he not live in a basement or something? I don't really remember the series.
Yeah.
And Willie Ames was on it as his quirky friend. So why haven't we brought in Willie Ames into this?
Okay. Well, wait for it.
Okay. Now, Willie, you follow me on Facebook, bro. Okay. We've chatted. I want to know the real skinny on all of this.
Juicy.
And that's what we need. Something juicy on the Know Nothing show.
Other than these two people.
Now, I don't know. You sit there. Scott Baio is pretty far right. Big Trump supporter. You know, fine. No big deal.
Right.
He did not. What the public went after him because Joni ended up passing away, drug user and things of that sort. Scott invested his money, and he didn't feel that he owed Aaron Moran anything. So with that, now you got who else is going to come out? From what are we going to hear about the Cosby Kids? Is that next?
Well, I mean, I feel like they're on the list. I mean, there's so many people, there's so many things coming out right now that it's not even. Again, you know, brings us back to the social media situation where I think, and the media, just take away social media, just deal with the media itself. That anything for ratings, anything that they can find, whether it's true or not, they'll retract it later. Post it now, retract it later. Yep. It's like, well, that's not good. That's not a good way to deal with anything. But
you just throw it out there. So how do you now, which we talked about, that it would get to this fever pitch,
right?
That you didn't need to, you don't have to have proof.
Yep.
You got Corey Haim out there still looking for money, or Feldman. I'm sorry, Feldman, not Haim. Haim passed away, and Feldman's like, oh well, he was raped. I wasn't. That's great to say, someone that can't defend themselves,
right? Right.
So, and there you got a guy going, you know, I want to tell my story only if I raise $2 million. Okay. We're buying that story, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a story. Yeah. That's a script is what that is.
Versus Nicole Eggert. And even that, it's, yeah, wow. Think of the and I think the one good thing that's come out of this.
Oh, there's a good thing.
The actress that played Wonder Woman, Godot, is that how you pronounce her last name?
Could be.
So with her, as they're trying to get Wonder Woman 2 put together, she has production clauses for that about the mistreatment of people and the rules that must be followed for harassment, which I think is a good thing.
Sure.
On a set, because let's face it, if you've been on a set, and Lord knows a set is a lot of chaos, much like being behind the Grammys, there are a lot of extras that I would think that could be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
You're sitting there and you're one of the cameramen and you're like going, hey, I could probably get you backstage. What will you do for me? And let's face it, there are a lot of people that would do what was necessary to get backstage because they want to be starry-eyed.
And I feel like that's how we got our jobs. We were the backstage people we were the people who wanted to go backstage, and we're like, whatever, man, let's do this. And now we're radio stars.
Right, because we're busy taking pictures going, look, if we don't get this show, these pictures will be posted on our Twitter that no one will see.
In 20 years, I'm going to bring this back up.
We won't touch it up. We'll put the real pictures on, not the touched up versions of them.
That's right. Those will be worth some money.
I don't think this Me Too thing's ever going to stop. Personally.
No, that's fine. I mean, it doesn't need to. It just needs to be dealt with. I see all these people in Nashville. Just had some people picketing here and walking on the government grounds, whatever, trying to get this stuff. And it's like, well, that's fine, but what else are you? Because I didn't see anything going on that was worth really anything else. It was just people protesting. That's it. And I'm like, well, that's good and fine, as long as you're doing other stuff to move those protests forward into something of value. Otherwise, it doesn't matter at all. Hashtag it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Then I think as a society, we're sheep. Okay, we'll follow anything,
apparently,
just to feel like we're part of it.
Right.
Sure. Believe me, we are not suggesting that some of these people were not sexually exploited.
Right.
We're not saying that. Okay. Right. We're trying to make light of this because every moment you could look at the light versus the darkness. Okay. So good things do come out. For Godot, saying the next production, it has to be this, and this. I will not do a production with these people because of the allegations. More power to her. She's the most powerful actress in Hollywood right now.
Right.
And I was just watching a movie last night, Night and Day, with Tom Cruise and somebody else. It was a horrible movie. And there she was in the scene. I'm like, oh my God. She was in something before Wonder Woman? Really? Yeah. I had no idea. My God, she looks the same. And it's just like from 10 years ago.
Wow.
Talk about now you're in power. You got something to do, something good.
Well, and that's the thing. That's what I'm seeing, though, is a lot of these people think that they can gain power from this situation. It's like, well, I haven't done anything in 20 years. Really need to get that money back. I'm tired of living in the slums of LA. I could move somewhere else and be, relatively wealthy, but I like LA, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to accuse somebody. I'm going to bring this stuff up. He brushed by me one time 20 years ago. I'll just say we had sex and it was not consensual. That's what I'll do. Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's ruin someone's life.
Yeah. So
cool.
Yeah. Just even the radio interview that Tom Brady had the other day on WEEI or WEII, whatever it is. They do a lot of Patriot stuff. There's a new guy on a morning talk show. So Tom Brady calls in every week. I think Brady's the only one from the Patriots that calls in, which is kind of weird.
Right.
So his little 5-year-old daughter is in the background going, daddy, 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 like most little girls do. Okay. So the 20-something, that's the co-host, goes, all you can hear is that little pissant in the background. It's like, oh no, I can't say that. So Brady comes back later on and says the guy should not be fired. He did get suspended. Now, if you're on local radio, you don't really follow rules like the national.
Yeah.
We can get away with a lot of stuff. Okay?
Right.
We're heard nationally, but people are kind of like, if we could put something up front to say, cover your ears, they would.
Right.
But if you're on local radio in the middle of nowhere, you can say anything you want. They play whatever they want. They bounce all over the place. They don't follow any of the rules. But if you have a star like that and you never comment about the kids, ever.
Not on air. Not on air. No.
Now, off air, you can say whatever you want going, but what are you going to do? The guy's a bazillionaire. And, if Giselle was in the background going, Tom, I'd be all over that.
That would get ratings.
The guy going, hey, can we get Giselle on with a Skype?
Yeah. And can we record it?
So, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And can I be photoshopped in the picture? Would that be okay?
I know a guy that can do this.
But there you go. He got suspended for a week. Everybody's being suspended left and right. You don't know if you can talk to a woman or a guy at work. How do you talk to them? Do you look at them wrong? So me, I just walk around with, big, thick glasses. Ooh. So I look disgusting. So then no one wants to talk to me. I walk around with a limp right now. So, and I slur a lot. So when people start to talk to me, they're just like, oh my God, he's disgusting. I was just like, no, it's not. And then they ask, well, how do you get rid of it during the, when you go on air? It's like, I'm an actor. I know how to play a part. Okay. It's just how it is. It's just like having an Australian accent. You just get rid of it.
That's right.
I think that works.
Practice. It's practice.
A lot of practice, damn it. A lot of practice. We're up against the next break. What else do we have to talk about? We got a little Tom Hanks we need to talk about. Yes, we do.
Little Hank
Maybe
Frankie.
More Scott Bale. We'll come back. We'll come back about that. State of the Union. You guys watch any of that? Probably not, but statistics say it went well. We'll be back. It is the Know Nothing Show. Welcome back to the Know Nothing Show. Steve and Eric hanging out with you, brought to you by nobody. We've discussed this with some of our salespeople. I think next month is when we're going to start being, the show's going to be sponsored by or brought to you by. I think that one of the studios is going to be sponsored. I'm not really sure about that. I haven't really seen all the paperwork from Jerry. So have you seen anything about that? Or no?
All of the emails he sends, I have them forwarded to somewhere near my trash can. So I don't really pay attention to anything. Unless he says something to they're so lengthy. They're just, I'm like, Jerry, come on, brother. You gotta shorten it up, man. My attention span is that of a gnat on crack. Come on, brother. You got to do something here for me.
So maybe he'll send video emails, so we'd have to see his smiling face.
4-hour video emails.
Because let me tell you, listening to the numbers, although the numbers are stupendous.
Not stupid. Not stupid. Stupendous.
Stupendous. Someone said, could you use that word in adjective today? And I just did. So shut up.
It's all there. It's all on video.
The ratings are good. The numbers are good. We keep growing every week. So we appreciate that. So thank you so much for all of that. But Jerry, it's none of us. We don't care about this unless there's like cartoons attached to it. And, when your ratings are here, you get 4 more Oreo cookies. Okay, I get that.
That's fine. Yeah.
Rest of it. Because I don't know if it's true in, do they do ratings where you are every month, end of the month ratings, like radio?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Are they posting the Arbitron? Because they do that here. And the number one station, or the station with the most growth here in Chicago, they just flipped a station, and it's all 90s rap now. It's called Jams.
So they're trying to bring that here. And here's the thing. They've actually tried this before, and it didn't work. They ended up mixing a pop station instead. They did it for I think 20 minutes and found out that it's not a good idea in Nashville. Now, if you're in Atlanta, perfect. Or Chattanooga, maybe.
Yep.
But not Nashville. You can't do that in Nashville. So they have smaller stations here that have that type of feel, but the bigger stations, you can't do it.
It's the Jams. Because here there must be 27 stations that do. They play 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2K, and today. It's like, oh my God.
So there's a station here that plays all Mortal Rising music, but the stipulation is after right before the third song, everything goes dark for 20 minutes because that's how we just get kicked off of stages and the air, and then it comes back and does a replay, and then it's weird.
That's funny. All Mortal Rising. Is it on Sirius XM too? How about that?
For 2 songs, and then every 2 songs that we get kicked off.
The Beatles channel, okay, which I turn on every now and then. It's like, guys, could we change it up just a little bit? It's the same songs, same rotation every day.
Yeah.
Like, well, we don't expect people to be listening at the same time every day. When I'm driving to work, I'm on the road at the same time every day, you moron.
With 400,000 other people. Yeah. Same time. You know that because it's called rush hour. That's how you know when people are listening, generally.
So are you saying that you're listening at the same, you go to work at the same time? Or come home at the same time?
Apparently, me and 400,000 other people do the same thing every single morning and every single evening. It's weird.
We had no idea.
It's weird. It's only been around forever. It's not a big deal.
And just like the music guys that come on from On the Jams. Now it's time for the traffic jam at 5:00.
Right.
It's good stuff right there. And some kid from 25 trying to relive Tupac and Biggie. Because now
next up,
movie.
it's Tupac and Big E. What? That's what?
Right.
No.
And they coming out with a movie later next month. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's it's real but fictitious.
The mixtape is fat. What? What are you doing? What's happening right now?
We need to scratch some CDs right now, but chiseled.
And everybody's calling in.
Station. You and I could be on that station and would rule.
Could. We are.
They would sit there and they'd be like, look, the brothers are whack. You know what I'm saying?
Whack.
They can just sit here. They bring it on the best of the best. Last week, they had Snow on. You know what I'm saying? He from Canada. He a foreigner.
Yeah. And then
foreigners could rap.
And then everybody, the phone lines are blowing up because no one understands what he's saying at all. They're like, dude, I don't know if is this even English? What are you saying right now? Does anybody actually understand what you're saying? For show, dog, for show. What? Huh?
But that's what makes us reals, man.
Word.
Just because you don't understand us, don't mean you don't understand us. You understand me?
Word. Next up, my boy, Cheddar Cheese, coming up. Holler, come on back.
That's right. We go, holla, holla, holla. That's what we need to have just in the middle of the show. If someone just go, holla, and we could just play it in the middle of nowhere.
That's right. They come on the screen for like 2 seconds just for that, and that's it. Holla.
I think the jams we could do. See how I drop my voice every time whenever, what's up with the jams?
The jams. Yeah.
Right. You can call me Jimmy Jam.
Now, the other way you could do that is the jams. Apparently that does not work. So, and I'm glad that you got that taken care of in the long run. I think you're going to get more voiceover work. Yeah. So that's good. Yeah.
Because when we take it to the stage, it'd be Jimmy and Jerry Jams.
Jams. The jams.
You can just spread those bitches on some toast, okay? Those guys are just jamming. Yes. Because they like strawberry jam and peach jam.
It's nice. I like it.
When they pull out what they're going to play, it comes in like a binder. All CDs are in a binder. That's how we do it.
What is an iPod? What is that? I in a pod? Okay.
That ain't real, because how those two do it? They put in 6 CDs in the little player, and then they just walk away for 6 hours. They come back. It's just good music, man.
6 hours. 6 hours.
And then I know they just sitting there, they just drinking some old Kishwaukee beer, man. You know what I'm saying? Because those two are they just cheap mofos.
Wow.
How did we get there?
How
did we get to 1993?
That stretched out quite a long time. That is pretty good for us. I'm pretty impressed with that.
10 minutes out of that gig.
That's
right
like,
there. That's our demo.
That's what I was going to say. That's like 3 or 4 promos right there. I'll snatch that up and share it. I like it. Done.
Send it out. George Clooney is coming. Okay.
Yeah.
He's saying, you know what, guys? We need to do story about you two.
That's true. Yeah.
About 2 guys somewhere doing a show. Okay.
About nothing. About nothing.
Dramatic lighting. You know. I mean, you've got the cameras and stuff.
Let me see.
You know. Right. It's a little harsh there. Need some backlight. Okay? That's what I need here in the studio here. I need a little backlight. Look better. You gotta peel me off the back screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta peel me off. And then in the middle of it, we could do weather. Just like, there's a front coming through.
Yeah. In a normal professional voice. We just all of a sudden, and now for the weather. Today in Nashville, it is way too cold.
Now tell me you did not change your voice when you did traffic and weather.
Yes, I did. Absolutely, I did. Because one, they kind of wanted to separate the stations I worked for were pretty freaking cheap, and they're like, so we can't afford to get a weather person. So when you do it, can you just sound different? And I'm like, well, how many zeros are you adding to my paycheck? And then, well, we can't. Okay, well then that's how different I'm gonna sound. Yeah. But I did something. I made it fun. I mean, it was nothing crazy, but
I just turned on the other mic instead of the one that was in front of me. So, like, wow, he's in the other room.
He's
checking out the weather.
He's yelling into the studio because apparently there's no mic in there. So
see, and that was about that. Well before like the internet, where you could look at a weather app for me. So get the weather off the teletype. So you'd hear it sometimes. You hear. And you'd have to rip and read. That's what we used to call rip and read. So I'd come up on AP Press, and you'd be like, all right, time for the news with and then you have to think of a guy's name.
Yeah.
And just kind of read it. Here in Chicago, 8 dead. It's 5:30 in the morning. 8 dead this morning from a fire down in blah, 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 blah. Just like, now time for fun weather with your host. That was always fun.
Yeah. So you're essentially 3, sometimes even 4 people in the first hour of your show because you got to take care of all this crap for the radio station. Now, I don't understand, and to this day, they still do it, and I don't understand why you still need weather or news, for that matter, because everything is online, and I don't understand why it's even put commercials in there. Make some money. Let's do this. I don't understand the problem. Get rid of it.
If you need to know what's going on, I don't know, look at your damn phone.
Just look at it.
How about look at it? Because that's how we should do it. Hey, let's get a weather report from iPhone. Let's check that.
That's right.
Or let's get some directions. What does traffic look like, Google? Other than that.
Yeah. Looks like you're going to be stuck for a while. That's what it looks like. I mean, that's pretty much.
While you're listening to that, while you're stuck in there, because this is just a jam right now, we're going to run about 8 ads.
That's right. But good thing we got some cheddar cheese coming all up at you.
That's right. We play about 10 seconds of it. That sucked. It really sucked.
But
that or you did a needle drop and you did it on the wrong song. You're like, oh man, that song sucked. Get it off that one.
Man, is that Mortal Rising? No, stop it. Get it out of here. Get that out of here.
Those were the fun days. So what needle drops were, obviously you had, your turntable. So you'd have to sit there and you go back and forth to make sure that when the song was going to play, you didn't want to play in the start. You wanted in the middle between the 2 songs. So you would back it up and you would hear it within the studio between the songs on the vinyl. So that's how you do it. You just be like, and you go back and forth. And that's how scratching started.
Well,
depending on if your turntable would go up to speed really fast, sometimes, let's say you're going to play some, I don't know, U2, and it'd be like, which were always great moments. So, like, oh my God. Or you bumped it and it's at 45 for some reason.
Yeah, it skipped a minute and a half, and now you got to cut your deuce really short because you don't have enough time.
And then what you'd have to do back then is you had your audio board, so you would have to fade in and fade out, which now you don't have to do any of that. Now you just push the button, and then the computer does everything, which kind of blows.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't sit there and I can't play with Eric's voice too badly like we could have.
Right. It could have been fun, but technology ruined that for everyone.
It has. And it's hard on everyone's ears. You know, it's the perfect CD. And now you've got the satellite radio where you don't have to listen to anybody. And anyone that's listened to on Sirius XM is actually sitting at their house. They're not actually at a studio anymore.
Right.
So if you're listening to the guys on the 8s, Alan Hunter and all those, all of them, they're sitting at home. They're not in a studio anymore.
Nope.
Which is too bad.
And generally generally no one is live anymore. No one does that. It's now and this for the previous stations that I've worked for, they said that it was too expensive. And I don't quite understand that because the way that I'm looking it up, even 10 years ago, the way I was looking it up, I'm like, how is this too first of all, you own the equipment. Yep. Second of all, what? How is it too expensive? You're not doing. Get a sponsor. You have sponsors for all this other crap. Get a sponsor for that. It's just. I don't. It's just. Shut up. You're just being lazy. That's all it is.
Then they don't want to pay talent because if you image your show, you could do a 6-hour show in less than 2 hours.
Right.
If you do it right and you know what you're doing, I could image a 6-hour show in probably 90 minutes.
Yep.
Because you just say, it's like, I don't need to edit this. I'm going to say this line every time the same way because you're not going to listen to me till next week, like this show.
Yeah.
I could tell jokes this week, and next week I could save them for next week again. You won't know. You won't remember.
This is actually a 3-hour show. We don't even air the last hour. It's the next week.
Like we've been working on jams and cheddar cheese for a year.
Yeah. You're just now hearing it. We do what we want. We do what we want.
We can, and people like that.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I like most about those two guys? They keep telling the same jokes. And every time they tell it, I get a little different out of it. I get something else.
Something new. It's something, it just makes me tingle. Just makes me tingle. Yeah.
The way that Eric said cheddar cheese this week, it was delicious.
Yeah. I'm going to figure out how to get that soundbite, and I'm going to make it a ringtone. I'm going to do it. It's going to happen.
Now that would be funny.
You could do that.
We need to sell some Know Nothing ringtones.
Maybe we should.
That would be bitchin' and funny. What the hell was that?
It's a new ringtone. I'm trying to make some money. Is that not what we're trying to do here? Come on. Merch.
That was funny. Why don't you tell them where to go before we go?
You can go to knownothingshow.com. Check out all the goodness over there. And if you would like, you can also follow us on that Twitter situation along with Facebook at Know Nothing Show. On YouTube, go into their little search bar, search for Know Nothing Show, or just simply click the link on our website, knownothingshow.com. Send us an email, knownothingboys@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to reply to you. We'd love to share it on the air and get to know you as our stalker. We like to know our stalkers firsthand. You can still do what you need to do, but we just want to know you. We just want to be friends with you. We want to hang out with you because we like stalkers.
And with that, we'll be back for hour 2.
This is the Know Nothing Show with Steve and Eric.
Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome back to hour 2 of the Know Nothing Show. Steve Benz, Eric Black. If you miss any part of this, just push, return. Just fast forward, backwards, forwards,
We're funnier front way and back way. Wait, that just didn't sound right.
You just got to push it. You got to push it real good.
Really, we do. Pull out some KY, push it real good. You know
real good.
And late at night, we sound even better. Okay?
That's right.
A couple of beers or whatever you're doing.
Maybe some of the Michelob Lights.
Yeah, the ultras, because we're all trying to lose some weight. It's January, so
it is. Yeah, and we've been sitting behind this desk accumulating.
We have been considering if either one of us got the Justin Bieber Latin Grammy, and it hasn't happened yet. So
not yet.
Kind of hope it goes up.
Not yet.
With that, so what happened this week? We had the first presidential State of the Union from Donald Trump. So there's been good things, bad things, and as usual, they're always bipartisan, right? Doesn't matter who's president. Only half of Congress goes yippee, and the other half goes, "I'm not saying anything.
I don't care. I'm a baby.
I'm there's a Democrat in office, I'm a Republican, and I hate you." Or now there's a Republican in office, and I hate you because I'm a Democrat. And then what we should have are independents. If you ask me.
Yeah, Indy.
We need more people from like a third party of some sort, the Know Nothing Party.
That would be us.
Because the less you know, the more you know.
That's right.
And we've already talked about term limits. We get, with our campaign 2020, that's what I want. Anybody that says they want term limits, they get my vote.
Yeah. Voted.
Voting.
Where our platform is going to be on Reddit. You want to know what we believe in? Just follow our Twitter. We're just going to do it in like 140 characters. We don't need the rest of those. Okay? No, we don't.
Be quick, be easy, because that's the attention span. Because Lord knows most of you don't have the attention span to go into vote and just pull the right lever. Okay. I've been in enough voting booths where they're having a hard time going, "How do I punch this out? I need some help."
Is this an X or a check? What do I do? It's not, you're on a computer. First of all, you don't need to do any of that crap. You just press the freaking button. There's 3 buttons. You press one of them. That's it.
Touch screen. Do I use this to touch it?
Do you have a marker? What? No. Shut up. No. Go.
I take a beverage in here. Would that be all right?
Hey, I got a pizza coming. Is that okay? No.
Domino's shows up. Hey, who's got a double pepperoni here? Yeah, that's me.
Looking for Ronnie. Is Ronnie here? Is Ronnie in the building? Hey, I'm voting. Yeah. Hold on a second. I'm voting for this guy. You're not supposed to tell. You can't. Okay. All right.
Can I vote for Ted? That's who I want to vote. I want to vote for an effing bear.
I'm writing the pizza guy in. I like this guy. He's good.
That's all right. Can I write your name in? Come on.
What is your name? My name's Tiger. Oh, okay.
That's with 2 G's. So it's Tigger.
I have a stutter. It's Tigger.
All right. So with that, the State of the Union. Did you take a minute and watch the State of the Union?
Actually, I did. I watched almost the entire thing. I missed the first part of it, a little bit of it, but I did. I stuck around for the entire thing, and I don't know, man. I wasn't pissed, I guess, as far as some people say it. Now here's the thing, though. Don't think that I'm for one or the other candidate, because both of them are still politicians. Okay. No matter who.
Hold on. How did we get to both? Both of who?
Nope. No matter who you're voting for in any type of election. And I say both because generally there ends up being 2 people. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, it ends up being 2 people. Both of them are still politicians. They're going to tell you exactly what you want to hear. And until they get into term, they don't know what they can and cannot do until they get into office. There's no possible way they are not privy to that information prior to getting into that office. They have people telling them that you could do this. They have people saying, I think this is possible. We have this guy over here. We have this chick over here. These people say we can do this. There is no way that you can know anything of what you can actually do until you get into that office.
True. I would agree with that.
Just saying.
And I would think most of them think the job is easier than they believe when they get there. because they're thinking like when George Bush went in, it was like, oh my God, how did we put that guy in there?
Right.
And regardless of what people say, unheard America was heard loudly when they elected Trump. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Is the people that wanted to be heard were heard. When Obama ran, that part of America was heard loudly.
Yep.
And you can sit there and go, 4 million votes, whatever.
Yeah.
If you don't understand how the electoral vote works, you're a moron. Okay. Because let's face it, if you went by popular vote, that would mean the 4 major cities would elect the president every 4 years. Dumb people. Do you not get that?
And I don't know if you guys are familiar with how this works, but that doesn't work. There is no possible scenario where that would actually work. Four major cities, possibly 5, elect the next president. That doesn't even.
And the 5 would
make any sense.
Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Houston. What's the 5th one? I have to think of the market out of there. What would be 5? Is it Philadelphia?
Ooh, maybe.
Those are the 4. I could be wrong with Philadelphia, but with that, those cities which are more liberal,
right,
would always elect a Democrat.
Yep.
Statistically speaking, that's what happened.
Well, and you'll notice that depending on which coast you're on, that completely changes as well. And then when you're in the middle of the country, which, by the way, is what runs this country. Without the middle, you don't have any country. You can't run it from the East Coast. You can't run it from the West Coast. You can't do it without the middle. The middle is the backbone of this country, regardless of how you see it, regardless of your thoughts. It's been proven over and over and over. Without the middle, you don't have a country. So you have to have everybody. You can't have just 1, 10, 15 states at this point. You have to have everybody. Everybody has to be on board with everything that's happening. But these people that keep coming and saying that the middle America is, is just they don't know what's going on. They don't understand. It's like, well, actually, and it's not because I'm from there, and I am from there, but it's not because of that. It's because of my political background. My degree in high school, my degree in college was political science. I
did not know that.
I kind of wanted to get into that. I was very heavily into politics growing up. Went to all the political stuff where I was from. I don't even know what they're called anymore. I try to block out the bad things in my life. But the people that are saying that middle America doesn't matter, don't listen to them. They have no idea what they're talking about. They have no basis on anything that they're saying about that. Middle America is the only thing that is keeping this country running right now. And you can argue with me all day long. I please do. But
I totally agree with you. And anybody that thinks their vote doesn't matter is just as dumb.
It does matter. Completely matters.
Every vote matters. And you can sit there and go, well, the electoral vote, you still got to vote, because that determines a lot of things, what goes on. It's a little thing called checks and balances.
Yeah, okay? And it's not just about the presidential vote. You have to vote for other things too. There's a lot of other things going on that ballot that are included in your voting situation. There's also other elections throughout the year. There's local elections. There are other political elections as well. You have Congress, you have the House of Representatives, all this other stuff that you vote for during the course of the year. It's not just about the election, because all those people have been in office, I think, since like 1940. So there's like 130-year-old people that are still in office for some reason, which I don't understand fully. But there's a lot of things going on. It's not just about the presidential run. That's actually a very small portion of the political situation. Very small in the big picture.
That's why people that just say, well, I'm not going to vote because nothing matters. Well, then you don't matter.
Right.
My position and all that. And certainly you don't understand in your 20s what you're voting, because you've got nothing to lose because you're still at home.
Right.
In most cases, you will vote the way your parents raised you because you don't know any different. Yeah. Most people grow up they don't move further than maybe 20 miles, 50 miles from where they were raised. In most cases, I had to get out. You don't know what the rest of the world thinks. You don't know what the person in the next town thinks.
Right.
Get out. But to believe that our vote doesn't matter, I just shake my head. And people that just bitch and moan don't know about what's going on. And even what Trump did with the change in the tax base and stuff, there's a lot of things there's a reason why the stocks took off. Okay. So if you know anything about corporate tax and stuff, to go from 39% to 21%, open yourself an LLC as quickly as you can.
Let me just pause you right there, because that you brought up a good point, because no one, this is very, most of the people that I talk to, and I'm not saying any of you, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying most of the people that I talk to around here in my walk of life don't understand how deep all of this goes. It's not just a surface thing. It's not just, well, he said this. It doesn't matter what president. I'm very general here, very general. It doesn't matter what they say. It only matters what they do. It only matters how they do it. It only matters what a Congress agrees to. It only matters what we the people want, what we the people can get. Because Congress, the presidency, they're not for us. Like the government is generally not for us. They're for their own agenda. They're for their own things. They're for their own way of life, if you will. They could not care less about the American people. These people are in office for pretty much as long as they can stand it, meaning from a year to 30 years to 80 years. They're just, until they're done, they're in office doing all of these things. So they could have, when they start, they could have one idea and they could run with that idea as long as they're being reelected for the entire course of their career. And it could be meaningless. It couldn't mean anything, but they're still in office and they're deterring all these other things from actually being completed, from actually moving forward. So I think, and I'm kind of just generalizing, but I think we need to have term limits. I think these congressmen and congresswomen, congress people, whatever you want to call them, I don't care. They need to be regulated. And we talked about this, Steve. We talked about this a while ago, and what we thought term limits are and all that good stuff. And I'm totally for that. I don't think you should be a career politician. I think that is asking for trouble. I don't think they should be paid after their term. I think once you're done with I don't get paid when I quit my job or when I get fired, especially when I get fired. But I do. I think that I think we should shorten the lifespan of these people. I think that would solve.
We talked about 18 years should be the term limit,
if not shorter.
Yep. So depending on what it is, so maybe congressmen are 12,
right?
By whatever means. But if you don't have a term limit, you have no reason to actually get the job done.
Yeah, you're just. It's much like you being in a job for 30 years. You know, the last 6-7 years, you really don't care at all. You've worked your butt off. You have tried to do everything you can try to do this job. You don't care anymore. You're done caring. Now you're a lame duck. You are derelict. You need to move on. You need to get out of the way because there's a lot of other things that need to happen. Now you're just becoming a hindrance. That's my opinion. That's what I think, and I will fight you for it. But that's what I think. I'm not afraid to say that. I think a lot of people are these days. A lot of people are going with the trends, are going with what's popular. I have never been one to go with what's popular. If I like something, I like it. If it's popular, great. But it's generally not because it's popular. It's because I like it. It's because it's something that I enjoy. I don't like trends. I think, especially in politics, in the way marketing is, social media, life in general right now, I think it's all crap. I think it's all stupid. And I think you need to seek the truth out. I think you need to stop being lazy, and you need to get up off your butt, and you need to figure out what's true and what's not true. Yeah, it's going to take some work. Yeah, it's going to take some effort. But if you don't do it, you're just going to get walked on.
The quickest way to learn anything, run your own business.
Okay. I can attest to that for sure.
Well,
Holy cow.
Run your own business. Don't sit there and bitch and moan. You don't get paid enough.
Yeah.
You have no idea what stress is until you run a company and the things that you worry about.
There is no... I run my own business. I've ran several businesses, and I know, Steve, you've done a few of those too. And you're right. There is no easy way to run your own. Everything is on you. You have to make the money. You have to run the books. You have to do all the work. You have to work on your business. You have to work in your business, and you have to work through your business. Everything is on you. You don't have any help from anybody else. You don't have a staff. You don't have a team. You don't have a corporation. You don't have money backing you. You have to do all of this on your, you don't have health care. The health care that I have right now is crap because of certain situations that our government decided were good ideas. It's just, it's crap. They don't care. The government does not. Now, I'll tell you this too. The government, or this country is actually run on small businesses. You won't see that in mainstream media anywhere, but it is. Look it up, Google it, whatever you need to do. Sorry, web search it, do that. But the government does not like small. They are corporations. They are built on corporations. They love corporations because they have all the money. They can be bought. They can be sold. They can have. They have lobbyists for all of these major things that you don't even know about that are happening right now. Lobbyists are people that I hate, actually. Not all of them. Not all of them are bad. Some of them are actually good. But yeah, small businesses are another part of that backbone situation of America. Regardless of what you think, that is exactly how this country
about how we were built. We were built farmers and small businesses. Okay.
Yep.
If you want to build your own business, if you're going to bitch about where you work, and you're going to bitch about how the country's brainwashed, you're going to bitch about the weather, you're going to bitch about gas, you're going to bitch about everything. What better way than control it yourself?
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
Make your own American dollar, because guess what? You get to make all the decisions. And as much as it doesn't matter what I personally believe in Trump, but the opening up an LLC, dropping, trickle down or whatever, and going from 39 to 21 is great for big businesses and all that, but it's also great for small business.
It is. It really is. I'm actually seeing those benefits right now. There's quite a bit that I'm. This year, I've actually made more under new laws and new stipulations than I did before, and I'm actually getting money back. Still, I don't have to do a lot of the stuff that I used to do. I'm good with it. I'm okay with it. And I own a small business. I'm working in a small business. I am a small business. Now, sometimes after the holidays, I feel like a bigger business. Sometimes in the bathroom, I drop big business, but I am actually a small business, and I like that. I like having that.
You want to wipe yourself and clean yourself, Do you
well,
feel
but I just go to Fiverr and I hire someone to do that for me.
But that's the only comment that I say about that. Even the people I've known that have been in corporations their entire lives, where they'll say, well, Steve, you've never had a real job. What?
Wow.
Like, okay, so every little blip for taxes, whatever, would affect you. Where me, I can just easily go, well, you want my services? Okay, now it's $2 more.
Right.
Like my services, that's how this works. I don't have to feel bad about it.
Yep.
You're willing to pay $7 at Subway for an awful sandwich. So I have the right to charge you $2 more for my services.
Yep.
And if you like my services, it's worth the services, and don't feel bad about it. And I think if that's the one thing I wish they taught in high school was how to run a company, how to learn how to write a business plan. I hate to break it to everyone that wants to get an MBA. The MBA program does not teach you how to write a business plan. They teach you how to do the admin work. Okay.
which by the way, you won't get, because there's no one hiring for that. There's no one hiring in corporate America right now. They are hiring, but they don't want to hire anybody for that job because there's no one qualified for that. Yet what they're saying to me is that, and I'm talking to all these people. I do networking events. I do all this stuff. And I talk to people on Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, all this stupid crap. But the thing that I'm hearing is that I almost got hired from a company. This person was telling me I almost got hired from a company, and then they saw my resume and saw that I had a gap, and the gap was legit. It wasn't because they didn't have a job. It was because they were raising a kid for a year.
Yeah. The
company, and they said this, and they had proof. It's a kid. You can't really hide a kid. So the company said, well, you have this gap. We can't hire you. And the person wasn't neglecting their skills. I don't remember what skill it was. Doesn't matter. They weren't neglecting their skills. They were taking training courses. They could prove this. They showed me. They told the person this, the company this. They said, I'm taking all of these courses to keep up with my job, my training, my whatever. The company said, because of your gap in employment, we feel like you're not the right candidate, even though they were better qualified by far. And I saw this person's resume. I know the kind of situation that they were about to get into as far as the work environment, I know they were overqualified for that particular job. I've been told I'm overqualified for a job. I've not been given a job because I'm overqualified. I'm like, how is that a bad thing? How is being overqualified? I'm overqualified for this job. Steve overqualified for this job. Yet here we are having a great freaking time. How are we overqualified? How's that a thing? Just hire me. Let's see what happens. Maybe if I'm overqualified, maybe I'll make you more money. How about that? I don't get it. I don't understand.
Again, that just gets you caught in the corporate weenies. That that's the dream, to be in the corporate weenie, to be part of that, where you can stay somewhere for 20 years. But that's not true anymore. If you stay somewhere 5 years, you're lucky.
You're
going to get to some point where you have to be an entrepreneur. You have to think outside of the box. You have to think, how can I do this? Maybe I can make an app. Maybe I can get in front of somebody to give me money. Walmart does that all the time. You got a good product idea, you could walk into your local Walmart and they will listen to what you have to pitch. Most people don't know that, but you could actually do it. It's what better way to change your vantage point. Even when watching Trump or whatever, obviously his age, to me, it's just a replay of Reagan. I don't know why everybody's getting all up in arms. It's like, I've already seen this for 8 years.
Right.
It doesn't seem any different to me. He just happens to have a hotter wife than Ronnie did. Okay.
Best part of this situation. Best part of this entire situation. Love it.
So with that, and on top of her being from Europe and stuff, that's even better to me, all of this. And the rhetoric that it said, obviously, Reagan did the same things. He would say things in public just to get a reaction. Reagan probably would have done the same thing if he was in today's time because of Twitter and everything else. Okay. Let's not kid ourselves that this would be any different. It wouldn't be. We got what we asked for. We asked for someone to be outside the political arena. If it was anybody but Mrs. Clinton, they probably would have been elected, I suspect. If it was a woman that was in line, there were certainly women that I thought were more qualified. Mrs. Clinton.
Yeah.
So, and now they're talking about the next presidential election. The Democrats are going to put a female president and vice president candidate. I think that's going to blow up. It's like, come on, you got to think middle America. Okay.
And that's fine. Again, it has nothing to do with a sex. It has everything to do with if you are the right candidate, if you are the correct candidate for this job. You can't just be a woman. You can't just be a dude. You can't just be someone that is in the right place at the right time. You actually have to know what you're doing. This is not, we shouldn't be voting for a next president just because of popular decisions. We should be voting for them because it's great for America. It's good for America. It doesn't matter which side you're on. It completely doesn't matter. You need to be voting for somebody that is actually going to make America a better place to live. And I can't tell you who that is. I don't know. But that when you're in that voting process, no matter who that's for, with the president, the congressman, whatever it is, that person needs to figure out a way to tell you, to make you understand that they're here to actually and legitimately make America better, make it a better place for the Americans to live in. If they can't do that, they should not have any place in any type of government situation at all.
And I certainly think we're going to have a hard time getting good candidates to run.
Well,
at this point. I mean, if you're intelligent and you think you could run the country and you're in 30s or your 40s, there ain't no way you're going to run for office.
Yeah. Well,
the attraction is to after so many years, I then get my pay for the rest of my life.
Right.
Now, if I could go back 15 years, I would reconsider when I was asked by the Republican and the Democratic Party to run for Congress.
Right.
If I would have done that and said, oh, no, you just got to last 4 years in Congress and you're guaranteed for the rest of your life, I might have picked a different choice. Looking 15 years down the road, gone, wow, I could have done that. And yes, because of where I lived, I would have automatically been elected either Republican or Democrat, depending on which side of the street I lived on. It would be automatic.
Yep.
They just went, you're well-spoken, Steve. You can talk on both sides. You seem to be a Democrat one day and a Republican the next. I don't know how you do that. You could get elected. And I was going, I don't want anybody looking at my background. I want anybody. No, I was more about my privacy than anything else because I didn't want to bring my young family through it.
Yep.
And now you look at it, if I was 35, just married or whatever, and an attractive wife, hell, I'd get elected right away. We all would. You're like, oh, they're, they remind me of the Kennedys or something stupid like that. Just like even looking at California, when I was out in California, I got approached while in Orange County. We want you to be a Republican and stuff. I'm like, my God, someone kill me. Right. I didn't want to do that. Right. But you look back and you go, man, now I just want to be Mayor McCheese.
Mayor McCheese.
So that I could wave down during the 4th of July and stuff. That I would do. Yeah. That I would do.
That'd be all right.
And you got to be committed to it. And I think what happens is you get in Congress, because I knew enough congressmen over the years, they just get wore out because they can't do anything. It's like, no, you're here. We need this vote for this way because everything's already been planned.
Right.
You happen to be in that seat now. So if you just be good, we'll keep you here for 12 years.
Yep.
Until the next round.
And you can tell the honest politicians is they're not there for very long. They're most likely not even their full term. They're usually somehow booted out before they can actually do anything. And I think that's pretty bad. I mean,
and when you finally just accept, hey, I want to be here for 12 years or whatever, you're going to have to do things that you don't want to do just to be partisan. Yep. You don't have a choice. And then you go, my God, I could travel the world and I don't have to pay anything.
Yep.
And I could do this. I could get all these rewards out of all this. And now I'm famous. And let's face it, people want to be famous because it's like a drug. You want more. It's like cocaine. Yep. You want more and more and more. People want they want the 15 minutes of fame. Yep. They will do whatever it takes for that fame. We need to take a break here. I just noticed our time. We've got more of the Know Nothing Show with Steve and Eric. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back. It is the Know Nothing Show. It always helps to turn on the microphone when talking, although it looks good on video. So we are video streaming up on Facebook and quite a few different places. So that's an easy way to simulcast with us. Remember, you can follow both Eric and I on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And Eric's on like 8 other different things that he doesn't really pay attention to.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the popularity. I like to be saturated with social media because it's the only thing in my life that is actually going for me right now. And I really believe in social media.
Right, because that's the answer to everything. So
true story.
So we go from the State of the Union and how we hate politicians, or at least everybody just, we hate everybody. Life sucks. There's nothing right in the world. My cheese doesn't taste right. My milk is overpriced. Gas is too much. I hate electricity. It's warm out. I'm going to die. It goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? So with that, there's a great story. Tom Hanks wants to be the next Mr. Rogers.
Or at least
so
here we go.
To be my neighbor to Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Tom. I think he wants to play every American that he can think of before he dies.
When was the last time he did a role in a Carnigan? That's what I'm excited about.
If he actually does that, that is going to be the #1 sweater sold at Christmas. Okay. We will be running around in all of it. Both you and I will be wearing one because that's the gift that we will receive.
That's right. That's right.
We'll just sit there. We'll slip on our slippers as we walk through the house. The whole idea behind Mr. Rogers, which people did not know, was to prove to little boys that they didn't have to be masculine to be a boy. That was the whole essence of the show. It was okay not to be the big bully kid and playing sports and stuff, that it was just okay.
Right.
I, of course, did not believe that as a child.
I went the other direction. Yeah, I went the other direction.
If you're going to walk into my house or if you're going to step on the field with me and you're going to say, I would like to be your neighbor. I would like to be your friend. You best get your butt out to center field, and you better die for that damn ball. Otherwise, I will hurt you, and I will hurt you hard.
I will punch you. I will punch you right in the mouth. Yeah. That'll do it.
I will not feel bad about it. I would just say, it slipped. The ball bounced up off the ground in a very odd way, sister. It wasn't me. I had nothing to do with it. But Steve, there's blood on the bat. Clearly, it must be my blood. Cannot pop his.
The good news is the glove does not fit. So
right there.
It's not me. I quit.
That's right. That was, even as a kid, if the glove does not fit, you must have quit. You must. It doesn't matter. Although my fingerprints are on the unblessed wine, Padre, cannot prove it was me.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
There's no DNA that you're going to get from me to prove that that's me. Okay. Those child arrests, those are sealed. Sealed, Padre.
Oh,
but Steve, you're a very large 12-year-old. Yes, I am with a deep voice.
That's right.
But that's all right. So Tom Hanks, wanting to be anybody and everybody, I guess he would be considered one of our greatest actors.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd go
from his days on Bosom Buddies, if you saw that in the 70s, which was a really bad show, where he dressed in drag.
Nice.
So he could get a cheaper place to live.
Makes sense.
And him and his co-star are still best buddies to this day.
Wow.
I don't remember. I can see the guy's face, but I don't remember his name, but they're still like best friends now. And how cool is that?
Yeah.
To be 40 years later still.
I feel like one of us is going to end up killing someone before this is over. But I mean, that's fine. That's how this is going to end. I just feel like someone's getting stabbed.
Yeah. Well, at least smile before you stab me. That's all I have.
That's right.
And if you're gonna stab me once, at least do it 10 times. Okay.
At least.
I don't work out with that.
Yeah. I don't want to wake up from this. I don't want to wake up.
You don't want to pull a muscle, because it might hurt later on. You got to ice it then, in case you stress that elbow.
That's right. Got to be
so
careful.
With that, Tom Hanks, I don't even know how to answer any of that. Who else could he play? I mean, my God, he's played everybody.
Well, I'd like to see him play somebody not so much like the rest of his characters. I'd like to see him do some sort of documentary on maybe like Rob Zombie or Marilyn Manson or something out of the ordinary, because right now I feel like he's typecast. Like he's just this person. Like there's elements in every single one of his characters that is exactly the same. Okay. And not that he's a bad actor. He really does it well. It's not a bad thing. I'm just saying these are the types of characters that he plays, and he does them incredibly well. But maybe something else. Maybe expand it into something that might. Okay.
So that would mean that so he's kind of like an older version of Mark Wahlberg.
Ooh, maybe.
Playing the same guy over and over again. Sylvester Stallone playing the same guy over and over again. Which is most actors. Tom Cruise, every role is the same. Okay, there's not much variety. It's not like Daniel Day-Lewis, who just transforms himself into someone else. Like when he was Lincoln, I was like, who is that? No way is that Daniel Day-Lewis. I was like shocked by that. Yep. And then I think he just released his very last movie because he's retired, because he just said, I've done everything.
Yeah.
There's nothing left for me to be.
Well, but I feel like that's us with this show. Like this is our we've done everything. So after this, we're probably just going to retire to our island and just live our lives. I don't think there's anything else for us to do at this point.
Because at this point, I've been fired by better and worse program managers. Okay.
Yep.
I just want to put that out there that's how it is.
Yep.
I've seen them all. But perhaps you and I could play the roles of like Stern and Robin.
Ooh. Well,
different versions of it, so
maybe
we could just transform into each person. Okay.
I have a costume closet.
Stern for like 5 minutes, all of a sudden I become Robin Quivers. So, just kind of role reverse, things like that.
Interesting. Yeah. So is this like a Broadway situation, or is this a?
Why not? Look, if the Go-Go's can go to Broadway, so can we. Okay. So I know some of our listeners are out there, are musicians or singers or dancers or whatever it is. Now is the time to raise your hand and say, you know what? I am interested in writing the Know Nothing Show musical.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. Local theater. It would be banging good.
It would be. It would be.
Because we can get the small town's worst actors and actresses, kind of like an Andy Griffith. Okay. We can get Aunt B. We can get whoever, Goober, whatever it is. And I think that would be a Goober can play either one of us. I think that would be okay.
I think that's good. I think we could play us even. We'd have to do a little bit, something different. But I think we could do that. I think we could play us. Like maybe we just
I don't know. I know we could do it.
I think we could. I really believe in us.
We'd have to start with the story of us as young lads.
Ooh, well.
Because people would want to know the backstory. How did they get here? Kind of like Batman. How did he become Batman?
So this is one of those 3-hour shows. That's what you're saying. Is there going to be an intermission?
Well, no, there's going to be 3 movies. Okay. With sequels. Okay. Got to tell the whole story.
I was going to say, I need some snacks if this is going to be a long situation. I'm going to have some sort of craft services table.
See, that's where the ripoff is with all these theaters where you can get all you can eat, all you can drink. Okay. You are not going to get up in a movie 90 minutes in. That is not happening. Although I do see people at my favorite $3 theater, as they're walking out, they're getting their buckets refilled and their drinks refilled.
Right.
Okay. And I'm going, seriously, you're going to take that home, you cheap mother. We paid for this popcorn. I'm taking some of this popcorn home.
Right. This is mine. This is mine now.
The popcorn I usually get is the tub.
Right.
It's not a bucket. It's a tub.
Right.
It literally is this mountain of popcorn. That because with the seats, they're like love seats now. So with that, it stretches from one seat to the other. Right. That's how big the popcorn is.
I bring my own. I just pop my own in their microwave and call it a day. I'm like, I'm kind of partial to this particular brand, and you guys don't carry that. And it's microwavable. I want this.
Right. I just crotch the popcorn as I go by. It just starts to pop. I like that. Be like, oh man, what is that fine fragrance that you wear?
Smell it. It smells great.
Peanut oil. Oh my God, I'm gonna start scratching. Delicious. I must get away from you of this. Delicious. But yes, I think a story about us as young lads starts, and then the both of our roads to Los Angeles. Yours as a musician.
Yep.
Okay. Mine behind the scenes and acting in media and all this other stuff, and then us playing beach volleyball, on the set of Baywatch, and still not knowing each other.
Right.
The glance is over, like that guy looks cool.
Right. Well, and in our defense, though, I mean, I was either at the craft services table and you were on set, or you were at the craft services table and I was on set, or you were in the John and I was in the other John. It was never, we were never really, we contacted with our eyes, but we were never really in the same situation at the same exact time. So that's that's the bummer of it, really.
Yeah, but that makes the story, that both of us left our scents on the beaches of Los Angeles and the Hollywood Hills.
That's right.
And as like bloodhounds, eventually somehow we met. And I'm sure someone's going to say, so how did you guys meet? Well, it was in the Yahoo chat room and, just.
Yeah. I thought it was Tinder, but I guess is that not the.
It was before Tinder. Okay.
Oh, well.
Then we just met again on Tinder and just didn't know.
Right. Swipe. Yeah.
So, and from there, it's like, hey, and then when you saw pictures of us as young lads, it made a lot of sense.
It did. Yeah. It just fit. Yeah.
People just thought that alone, the therapy alone, it must. Do you guys get discounted therapy? Why, yes, we do.
We do, actually. 2 for 1. Yeah.
You know, we go in together.
Yeah. That's the therapist. It's we have to pay 2 therapists for one of us, is what that's. It's 2 therapists for one of us. 2 for 1.
They're just like, my God, you guys need help.
Yep.
That's why we're here.
That's your job. Just
why I brought a bucket of chicken. Thought this was going to go a while.
Yeah.
You can stop licking my fingers, Doc.
It's a little weird, and I'm tired of it.
At least wait till the lights are down lower.
Because in 20 years, I'm going to talk about this.
Right? I'm going to turn it into a movie.
It's going to be great.
That's what we should do. We should write a movie and just mesh both of our versions together.
Yeah.
And then somehow, some way, it has to end up as a musical. A little West Side Story, a little Grease, a little Hamilton.
Wow. Okay.
Now, I like the idea of Hamilton, though. That would be very cool.
I don't like the idea of musicals, but I'm okay with this one. This is good.
Yeah, but if sooner or later Metallica will use them as considered a big metal band, commercial metal band, they're going to have a musical. Like Marilyn Manson would be a good musical.
What's the draw? What's the draw in having a musical? I don't understand. Everybody wants to have a musical. I'm sitting here like you're stupid. Why do you want to have it? It doesn't matter. That's dumb.
Tickets, okay, for both of us. We are immortalized.
We record our show and put it on the internet.
But if we're immortalized on, say, off Broadway,
wow,
perhaps we can end up in Vegas next door, the Donnie and Marie show.
Why don't we just go to Vegas now and bypass all the other crap? Because that seems like a long waste of time. Let's just hit up Donnie and Marie now.
Now, I have talked to Donnie a couple of times.
Yeah, D&M.
And then I could probably reach out to Marie and say, man, you look great. Those 50 pounds that you lost 15 years ago, you look great.
3 times. It's fantastic.
She's got a little too much blush, but that's okay.
Well,
I like Marie. I understand.
I'm just curious as to how many times you can lose the weight before Weight Watchers is like, okay, well, you can't do this anymore. You're done. We got to move on.
Like just Oprah and her stuff.
Yeah.
That's what would probably happen is if we had a musical, we would end up on Oprah's show.
Crap. Harpo.
That would be awesome. And then we can go to Kimmel.
Do you think Oprah would give us a car?
Hell no. Hell no.
Maybe some free Broadway tickets?
Well, she might do that.
For our own show?
White men anyway, but...
Well, not many people do.
Those were the rumors. Those were the rumors here in Chicago. Because I know the few times I was on, I walked through Harpo, I was like looked down upon.
Woo!
I'm like, I'm tanner than most white guys. Okay?
That's right. I'm DJ Tanner.
That's right. DJ Tanner. Wait a second. That's very, what show was that? Who played DJ? Full House. Why would you know that?
I think we all know. Actually, the only reason why I know that is because Candace was at a film festival that I covered when I was in LA, and I hadn't seen her in 15 years, something like that, 20 years, whatever it was. And I was like, holy crap, you look great. You look great. And she did. And she does.
So hold on. You know Candace?
I know Candace.
Bro, you're being put on the spot right here.
Mm-hmm.
We need to give her a dial.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So here's the thing. No.
Those are the same answers I give. She's like, wait a second. Steve, you know somebody? I do. I've got their phone number. Let's call them. Well, no.
No. And no.
Why don't we, as a task, we do our version of Full House and post it. She'll direct. She could direct a musical.
She could actually. She probably really actually could. Now,
Okay.
would you rather have her or what's his name, the dad?
Not Saget.
Oh yeah, you got to have some Saget. Have
He's
you seen
hilarious,
Have you
man.
seen his stand up? Holy cow!
My God, it is so Ron. It is hilarious.
It is. It is almost as dirty as this show.
So I think you're more of a Stamos guy.
I like the Stamos. I like him.
You know, with Jesse and the Rippers.
Yeah, I'd be
He's
all right
about
with that.
First kid too.
Yeah. Yep.
Because isn't he like 60? How old is that guy?
Actually, you know what? I think he might. I don't know if he's quite 60 yet. I think he's still in his 50s.
Because the funny guy I've had on my show a couple times, and his name escapes me, the Canadian.
Joey.
Yeah,
him.
Shoot. I just went blank. He's been on my show a couple times. He was really funny. So
Yeah.
he was fun to talk to.
Sounds
Twins
like it.
aren't coming back. So maybe we need to get Stamos on.
I think we should. I think we should have him come on and.
Stamos could play me in the musical. Okay.
I think you're reaching a little bit.
Doesn't matter. I have to reach. Okay.
All right.
He really can't sing. Neither can I. He
Sure.
really can't play the drums. Neither can I.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a great actor. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
But then he has great hair right there. That's
Hmm.
that's the match. And he wore a lot of tight jeans. So did I. You, on the other hand, I'm not sure who might play you.
Ellen.
Well, yeah, because Ellen does have a heavy beard like you.
It's
So I'll
nice.
give you that.
I've touched it.
Because, or would we play? I think the women would be shocked to see young Eric Black without a beard.
Did I ever
Because
not?
You had different version of your beards. And as much as I don't like you, the beard is really cool.
I don't know that I've ever not had a beard, other than in high school when I.
We just wrote Dave Coulier. That's right, Dave Coulier.
That's right. I don't know that I've ever, other than in high school. I don't know that I've ever not had a beard.
You were 12? What the hell?
Actually, yeah, I kind of have.
Crap, you hairy bastard.
Kind of have. Yeah.
You know, so you're in the high school gym getting ready for a gym class in the locker room, and people are like, oh, God, look at that hairy bastard. What the hell?
I made my own rope out of my own hair. Screw your rope. I got my own.
Yeah, let's talk about hygiene here. Let's talk about sex class. Eric, of course, here, he's 10 and has a full beard.
And he's the missing link. So there you go.
Isn't that the truth? But I do like the I don't care what you say. I like the musical. I like it.
Well,
I think we need to post that. We need to get people willing to help us write a musical of some sort, or even perhaps 20 minutes of it, like a TV show.
I don't even know if that'd be worth the actual effort in doing 20 minutes.
It would be, if they could take A Christmas Story and turn it into a musical, which was one of the worst things they could have done.
Yeah, but they have a budget of like $3 million. We have a budget of $3.
$3. That's good enough. Someone will do it. I could have danced on no nothing show all night. I think it's perfect.
Wow.
I think people would do it. People would love it. They would ask for more and say, you know what? The 8-minute musical was great. Can you bring it back? Can you make it 9 this time?
Oh my goodness.
Or how about this? Here's something even better. We can take what we're talking about today and we can put it to music.
I feel like no one wants that. For that very reason. Right there. Right there.
I think that's perfect. That would be perfect. Someone could be singing. We're talking about rapping right there. We could be the new rap monkeys right there.
The new rap monkeys opening up for cheddar cheese.
That's right.
Okay.
You would just show just see us, and then they'd be hopping out of there.
They'd definitely be leaving. That's for sure.
They'd be leaving. Go ooh 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 ah! I think I like it. The rat monkeys.
As long as they pay for their tickets in advance, and as long as there are no refunds, then let's do this.
Always. It doesn't matter, rain or shine. The concert's going on.
The show must go on.
I do not care. That is like hurricane winds. There will be no refunds.
Unless the artist cancels, then we still get your money.
And that ain't never going to happen because those two cheap bastards are already at the venue.
Yeah. They ordered a craft service table with all craft macaroni and cheese. They did not understand the concept of a craft table, services table. It's all macaroni and cheese.
We didn't even get to all our other subjects.
We didn't.
Did you know that? You know, a couple of things that we wrote down. We only got through half the stuff.
Yeah.
And we're already done.
Well, next week.
Yeah, there's always next week. So throw out the social media stuff for us, and then we'll get out of here.
All right, kids, pay attention. Get your pens out, whatever you need to write. Get your phones out, your notepads, whatever it is that you do, your photos, your recording devices. This is all going to be important stuff. Find us online, knownothingshow.com. Go check it out. Lots of great stuff over there. You can find us online on the social media side at Know Nothing Show, and on YouTube, just search for us in their little search bar, Know Nothing Show. You can send us an email, knownothingboys@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to find out what you're doing, where you're from, all of that good stuff. We actually will talk to you. I promise. It's a good thing. And again, go to our website, knownothingshow.com.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. And we should get out of here singing it. So if you want to volunteer to write a bill for us, write us the email because we could use it. We really can. We could use the work.
knownothingshow.com.
I love that. That is awesome.
That's all you're getting.
And with this, we got to get out of here. Thank you so much for listening or watching or whatever we're doing. For the crew in 2 different locations, we say goodnight, and we will see you next time on Know Nothing.